Speaking of grabbing things.
Oh, there's our guy here.
He's always here, bro.
I wasn't ready. Howdy, neighbors. How we doing?
That's bullshit, Kyle. You're always ready. You know this.
Those fists get on the screen faster every week. I'm impressed.
Right?
You guys are like
Easier to
professionals.
slide them on in every week.
You make a damn good point, Brendo. You would know.
Kyle, the key is lube.
Oh, that's for quitters or cheaters.
Anything gets in faster when it's lubed up.
Yeah, I'll pass the word, I guess.
So
I always feel like we disappoint you when we bring you in. It's like, hey, Kyle, lube, and you're like, nah.
I don't like that crass talk. Okay, you're here to talk about serious business on the Shining Wizards wrestling program.
Kyle only fucks in jeans.
Oh, sometimes.
Now, something Kyle doesn't have a problem doing is when he needs a guest for the Apron Bum podcast, he picks up that phone and he calls, and people answer. Unlike Roman Reigns.
That's good.
What
That's
a fucking terrible segue.
Dynamite segue. Dynamite.
No, it's probably SmackDown.
Who do you think he's calling?
Oh. Well, he was calling the wise man.
Yeah, he called
right? I think he said he was calling the wise man.
He called The Rock.
Solo smashed his phone.
Well, it seems like everybody took that as if like Paul is gonna now join Solo, which I don't really see. It seems what I took from it is that Paul Heyman is just off the grid now and wants no part of this. He's terrified of everything. He doesn't want to get beat up again. Doesn't want to get powerbombed through another table, so he's out of here. He's out ski.
Maybe he's still in the hospital. Maybe he's still in traction. We don't know.
Could be.
Paul Heyman's a wise man. He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, he also might have just migrated back to Saskatchewan with Brock Lesnar, and they're throwing trees in his backyard or whatever he does.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that? Like they're fucking like chopping up fucking cows and shit for steaks.
You
Yeah.
can turn it Sable too.
Paul Heyman with a fucking apron on, fucking cow's blood all over him.
Yeah.
I don't take Paul Heyman as a guy who gets his hands dirty.
Not the old Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
But this new Paul Heyman, he's gonna come back jacked.
Oh my God, he's punching sides of beef like Rocky, bro.
Ooh, you thought Randy came back earthy.
Forget about Moxley wanting to do Rocky 3. Paul Heyman's living the fucking dream right now.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Brock Lesnar's fucking yelling like Apollo Creed, Eye of the Tiger, punching him in the stomach while he's doing sit-ups. Hell yeah.
It's not about how hard you get hit.
Man, it scared me a little bit.
So we have Rock, we have the Usos, we have Sammy.
Usos, yes.
On the other side,
Wait,
we
you
have
said we have Rock.
What?
There's no Rock.
You said we have Rock, we have the Usos.
Did I say Rock? Roman, sorry.
Okay.
You're getting ahead of yourself, pal. We're only in the fourth inning of this. Rock's not till later.
Right. And then on the other side, we have the Tongans, Solo, and Jacob Fatu. And then fucking Miko Maestro was on SmackDown, part of this too. Let's not forget that.
Huge part of it.
Out of all the independent wrestlers they could have picked, fucking Miko fucking Maestro.
They know where the money is.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Money's in that jawline.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to weasel his way into the anniversary show next week yet.
Yeah,
guys, I bring you Moscow pizza.
Also, I'm surprised he didn't like show up with like some kind of like Ludwig Borga like armband, like sneaking out there.
Hey, it's Tony Holm.
Maybe next week.
Are you surprised with the fifth member of the Bloodline? If they're because they made it sound like it was official.
Yeah, I mean, I did not expect it at all. I didn't think Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed would get involved within this story. I thought it'd be its own separate thing. I don't hate it though. I like the spotlight on Bronson, and I mean, like, who else? Who else is we gonna bring in? Stupid Hikuleo or something to be the fifth guy? Like, I don't know, but I don't know. Assuming Seth is on the other side, I don't know how I feel about that. But I think the dynamic between Roman and Seth could be interesting. You know, can they get along? Type of thing. But I don't hate it. I don't think it's the end of this. I had been assuming that this would be the culmination of the whole thing, but I don't think it is as time goes on.
Honestly, I think the move is genius by Solo to get Bronson in there because Rollins told him to go fuck himself a week earlier. He's like, I'll never join a Roman Reigns wannabe. So You bring in this fucking monster who you know has shit going on with Seth Rollins, and you get Seth to weasel himself in, and now you know he doesn't get along with Roman. So now you've got like not only one up, but maybe you've got two up on him because they're not going to get along.
What does it add to the bloodline story though? I mean, like I think exactly. I think that they were doing good with Rollins and Bronson. I think they were doing good with the bloodline. What does adding these two into the bloodline story do for that story? It doesn't really do anything for either story.
Not yet. I mean,
No, it kind of does because there's history between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. You know, Seth Rollins sacrificed himself at WrestleMania.
But that'd be one thing if they were opponents. Why would he what reason does he have to join his team? What pisses me off about this is the fact that it has to be 5-on-5. Like, come on. I mean, there's no reason on this planet why this match has to be 5-on-5.
I agree with you on that, but I think Rollins has to be part of it now because Solo, like I said, was spurned by Rollins, and so he brought in Rollins' nemesis.
It's gonna be Punk.
And he's a fucking monster, too. Bronson Reed fits right in with them. He's a big fucking monster.
I think he's Samoan, too, isn't he?
Yeah. He's half Samoan.
Might as well just be a part of it. Everybody else is.
Yeah, but it just makes no sense just for the sake of having it. I mean, I guess if they insist on making it 5-on-5, I guess you could pick a lot worse things to do or a lot worse ways to go. But like, just makes no sense.
I do like what Tony said though about how Solo. This is all like a chess move on his part. How Seth being a part of Roman's team would like destroy it from within, kind of thing. So from that element, I don't hate it. Plus the fact that the new bloodline isn't necessarily threatening. So they needed the OG bloodline needed something to kind of overcome, and I think Seth being a part of the team adds that element. Does it need it? No, but I think there's worse ways they could have gone. I don't mind how they got there, I guess.
So Kyle, let me ask you this though. So I think I tend to agree with you that the new bloodline isn't really much of a threat, but you've got Sikoa getting a pin on Roman.
Right.
You've got one of the Usos talking shit to Solo saying like, why do you think we avoided these guys? These guys were trouble. Why do you think we didn't bring in Jacob? Why do you think we didn't bring in Tama and Tonga? You know what I'm saying? So they're bit by bit putting them over. And I think they're doing well trying to get them to that level. But I think I agree with you where like they're not really at that level yet. You know?
They're a force in their own right, but in comparison to a Roman, Usos, Sammy crew, I don't think they hold a candle to them.
Why?
Just optically.
Because they don't let these guys cut promos.
I mean, Solo has some mic time, but yeah, I think
I'm talking about the two guys
more.
that people when we say that they're not threatening, everyone knows we're talking about Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. That's
Sure.
When people say that, that
Former
those are the
tag
only
team
two
champions,
people that
though.
they're talking about. That's the only people are talking about is Tama and Tonga.
Yeah, but they're also like the fucking Imperium guys to Walter. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there.
Again, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Whereas each guy on this new bloodline on the OG bloodline has a personality, has promo time, has single success. Where these guys are just there, and you can't let them speak ever.
Yeah, and to topple on that, everybody in the original bloodline has had years of being able to be on the microphone, to establish themselves, to fucking create their own stories, and it's just not there with the new. I mean, even Jacob Fatu can cut a great promo.
You got a great one on SmackDown last week.
Yeah, but give him some time. He's the only one that I see as a problem. He's the only one really. Sikoa may be like a not so close second, but as a unit,
And I think that's, if Triple H is set on 5-on-5, then that's probably the only reason he makes Bronson Reed a part of this. If that fifth guy was Hikuleo, come on.
Like, who gives a shit?
If you're a New Japan guy, like, and you've been watching him, like, he's fine, but he's not fucking imposing and dangerous, So with Triple H's heart being set on 5-on-5, the Bronson Reed move kind of makes sense. He's been presented as like a heavy the last couple weeks. It is what it is, and it's also Solo going outside the box of, it's not the original bloodline, it's the new bloodline. So he's going to tweak it according to his rules and make it stronger.
Yeah, I think it'll, because I'm fairly certain they've done 4-on-4 war games before, so it's definitely premeditated, and there's a reason for this fifth member shenanigans. So I'm willing to see how it plays out. I would have rather seen it 4-on-4, but I'm also still intrigued on where The Rock falls into all of this, because I don't even, what pay-per-view was it where he came out and held the three fingers up?
Bad blood.
Yeah. So he's still, I'm certain that's WrestleMania something. So maybe something sprouts out of this War Games match, working our way towards that. I'm still not convinced that there's not going to be a third version of the Bloodline at some point with The Rock at the helm, especially with all these Samoans in the warehouse just waiting to get, got Lance and Journey and Hikuleo and plus Rock. You could have a whole other family right there.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, hey, here's 3 new Samoans. It's going to be like Roddy Piper bringing in his fucking misfits to fucking take on the NWO. It's like, who gives a shit?
You got a boxer, a karate man, and John Tenta. It worked so well the first time.
And also, black and white.
If you bring in The Rock to form a third bloodline, you're immediately making Solo extremely, extremely irrelevant. Like, he's not even on, you don't think he's on Roman's level? He's not even close to Rock's level.
It's going to be like fucking Gang Wars in 1996. Where...
So I think that Rock is like the best actor for this new bloodline.
So Solo and the Tongans can shave their heads, put on some chains around their necks, and come out with motorcycles.
All in on that.
Who's Los Boricuas? Anybody?
Oh, that's Solo's team.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Solo's.
Yeah, now that you say
Solo's
that.
dumpy like Savio.
Right.
What the fuck?
Shut up, dude. I like Savio. He's got a fucking dumpy build. And he's more dumpier lately. Have you seen him in MLW when he makes
he's great.
How dare you?
I'm not saying he's not great. He's fucking dumpy.
Yeah, you could be great and dumpy at the same time.
I mean, look at Brundo.
Double T was last week.
There it was.
Yeah, how's your new asshole, by the way? There, Double T? That was what the surgery was, Russ,
Not
right?
broken like the old one.
Just a new pair of O-rings.
A little tighter.
Oh,
Roll it up a little bit.
no, I got my hernia fixed.
Matt Bowman had a hernia.
I got my belly button back.
Is that what a hernia is?
It's when
Yes, a belly
your
button.
intestines rip through the lining, and then you get a lump.
Hot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting
Sounds
a lump
like-
right now.
Sounds like a war you went through last week. Speaking of which, war games. Just I might have even brought this up before. How do you guys feel about war games in general? Just
Well,
the
let me
match
ask you
type.
this: is there a women's war game match that we're building to that I have no idea?
Seems like they're
about?
kind of building to it with I don't know, it's kind of a random assortment of gals.
Yeah,
but
the
it
kind of
seems
way
like-
they ended the way they ended SmackDown Friday night, it felt like it was Bailey, Tiffany Stratton somewhere mixed in there, Nia, Naomi, Candice LeRae.
Is it going to be brand supremacy?
I don't think so. I think it's
You know what?
Raw and SmackDown on each team.
See, Hell in the Cell, I don't like the branded pay-per-views because I feel like you have to shoehorn everything in like they're doing with the
Yes.
women, but it's built at the right time for the men this year, so I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? It's not like a week ago, it's like, hey, let's get all the bloodlines together and make them fight. No, this story's been going on, so it fits.
Yeah. I think they've done better, even like with Hell in a Cell matches previously. Like they're doing better at building stories to culminate to that point, even though it's like advertised as it's going to happen. But I don't know. Survivor Series, I've always preferred the 5-on-5 traditional matches rather than war games. Just the elimination element just adds more drama, and
Yeah.
to me, it's just way more engaging to watch. Whereas war games is like, oh, here's 45 minutes of bullshit, and then the match starts, and then now I can start paying attention. So, and I think we could use a little break, maybe every other year at the most, break out the war games. But that's just me. I don't know how you guys feel.
Make it just a match where you need that match. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I get it. Hell in the Cell right now is pretty much being branded for the other championship match at WrestleMania, which is fine. That kind of sudden death makes sense when you want a world title shot going into Mania. You didn't win the Royal Rumble, so now you really have to murder people to get that shot at the other championship.
Right.
Fucking War Games, float it. Float it. Why does it have to be November? Why can't we have like a War Games at SummerSlam if it builds to it? You know?
I agree.
I just wish they would marry the two concepts, like make war games elimination.
I agree. Yeah. I think that would add so much to it.
It's
Like,
the fucking the match beyond, bro.
Match beyond.
No pins, man. Fucking surrender. That's the way it should be.
Okay, elimination via surrender.
Wait, no, because WarGames wasn't a surrendering thing last year.
It's
bring it
not
back.
anymore, right?
Years past, they used to be.
Yeah, you like the original. The match beyond was your team had to surrender.
Where Colonel Parker shit his pants that one time. Yeah.
I do declare.
Good times.
They probably hit the tip.
This is the third Survivor Series WarGames.
Is it?
Yeah, they did it in 2022, 2023, which was last year. Stupid Matt. And then this year.
I'd love to go back to 5-on-5. I just don't want it to be brand supremacy where it's Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT.
Like the shirts.
Yeah, just have some people like they used to, man. Like 3 people hated the Honky Tonk Man, so you throw them together, and then one guy's got to fight with Ron Bass, so throw them in the match too.
Now, am I the only one? Like, my favorite is still the Ultimate Survival.
Bingo. That's my favorite pay-per-view. Probably.
I like that as a concept.
Made
Like,
no
what,
sense.
I would.
What is
love
Ultimate
to have
Survival? I don't
They
think I'm
take all the
familiar.
winners and they throw them in a final match.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's just assume that Tito Santana would want to team up with Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Well, let's assume that.
Let's assume that the Visionaries and Rick Martel and Ted DiBiase are all going to be a team because they're quote unquote bad guys. It made no sense.
I think you misspoke. I think let's assume that Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior really want to team up with Tito Santana because he is the fucking uncrowned world champion.
Whatever.
Yeah,
so was
he
Sergeant
knocked out the
Slaughter
Warlord.
in '92.
Yeah, he did.
They couldn't have done it without him.
The flying jalapeno every year.
I'm a KJG on this one. It made no sense. It was fucking stupid.
Didn't they have a potluck one year where they put like Davey Boy Smith and like
Yeah,
The wild
on
card.
the same team or some
90
shit?
Wild card
95.
95. Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't like, oh, these are all the survivors and we're gonna mix them up. Like it was the wild card match.
And why did it have to be like 6-on-3? Why couldn't they just even it out? Put like the Warlord and fucking Paul Roma on this team with Hogan and fucking Warrior and Santana. Like, I mean, it's so stupid.
What about bringing back a concept like Battle Bowl where they just
I was just thinking. That's what I thought you guys were talking about was Battle Bowl.
yeah,
which
just
that kinda
pair
sucked
some
too.
randos up and then when everybody wins, throw them in a battle royal and then the winner wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we
What
have
are you,
Johnny
fucking
Grunge
Tony
fighting for the
Khan?
world title.
Dude, Tony Khan hasn't had a tournament in a couple weeks. I'm wondering what's going on over there.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Hey, maybe that's what Moxley's going to do. He's taking over TBS. Maybe he means more tournaments.
Bro, the Battle Bowl was so fucking stupid.
I like the Battle Bowl.
At least they had high stakes.
Lunch DDP.
Hey, man, look, AEW gives away a ring for winning a tournament. Why shit on WCW for doing it?
WWE gives out rings now too,
Yeah, there you go.
That don't fit. Did you guys see Cody trying to put it on?
and it's backwards. I feel like
It's probably still on his finger.
like the way that they had it designed was like
No lube.
it was backwards.
We don't like lube here at HTC.
Anti-lube.
Raw dog it.
Yeah.
Tell you, do you know the last promotion that ran the Battle Bowl gimmick?
Probably MLW.
No, fucking Chikara.
Of course. You know, I wasn't thinking of them, but that doesn't surprise me one bit.
They just put a bunch of randos together and had a fucking 8-team tournament.
Gonna have to check that out. A little Shikar.
And they wind up putting a team together that actually existed, and they wind up losing.
I don't know.
Jobs.
I don't know. Pinky Sanchez made it to the second round, though.
Of course he did.
Pink ant.
I wonder what he's up to these days.
Your guess is as good as mine.
He's not
Welcome for
sleeping
the
on your
anniversary.
couch.
Yeah.
He's
No.
not sleeping on your.
No, I was very young, naive, excited about the wrestling podcast, try and do whatever I can to help people.
Wait, who slept on your couch?
Nobody, thankfully. My wife would have fucking divorced me. She came home and that fucking degenerate drug addict was sleeping on my fucking couch.
Allegedly, bro.
Oh man, those early wizards have some shady characters, huh?
Oh my god, you have no fucking idea.
I think
Are
there was
those
a
in the
former
archives?
wizard who wanted Marty Jannetty to hang out at my house, and I'm like, no, thank you.
It's easy when it's not his house.
Well, and it was also pre-fucking his daughter, or allegedly, that he put out on Twitter.
Did murder somebody by that point.
Oh yeah, that was the.
Allegedly.
No, according to him, he did it.
And that's why he's never been a world champion.
That's why.
Yeah, they never murder people, those world champions.
Nope.
God damn it!
Kyle, what do you got coming up on the apron bump? this
Oh, it's
week?
actually a great segue. In a couple of weeks, I got Royal Rumble 04 leading up to WrestleMania 20,
Oh,
where
fuck.
no murderers win anything, and
Yeah, but didn't
everything's
he
fun.
win like a battle royal on SmackDown or no?
That was Eddie. Eddie, yes. So all the alive people were covering, yes. But no, next in 2 days, Wednesday, got a little WCW Uncensored, 1997.
Oh shit.
Pretty good show. Got a little Mortis Glacier, a little triple tag team main event. Piper's team, not John Tenta, unfortunately. So Alcatraz.
What is Mongo,
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett, and Benoit, right?
Correct. The Horsemen.
But that was Team Piper.
Yes, Piper and the Horsemen. How are they going to get along? You know how that goes. Team WCW. It was 4 guys, but somebody maybe gets attacked backstage. Oh, where are they? How are they going to overcome this? Dennis Rodman's here. It's really weird, but it was fun. Fun times. Classic WCW. So if you want to check that out, the Apron Bump podcast, check it out wherever you listen to podcasts, on YouTube, at Apron Bump on all the socials, apronbump.com, OnlyFans, all that stuff. Glory hole down the street. You know where to find me.
Now, I think you should take this second before you log off, Kyle. I just went on your social media at Apron Bump. You don't understand what Costco people are. I mean, 4 of the 5 wizards are from New Jersey, and we're very knowledgeable.
I understand Costco. I also have Costco. I don't know the Costco, the Big Boom cocksucker. What's his name?
I know. I'm very, very agitated about that too.
Biggest fan right up there.
No.
How can you be?
How come
You
what?
watch AEW and that aggravates you.
Yeah.
I have no words.
Once
You
he gets
don't watch
strapped up.
AEW, and AEW aggravates you.
No, but I like Costco guy.
Ugh, you
Hope he beats the ever loving shit out of QT Marshall. I
Put
thought
him in
they
the Continental
fired QT
Classic.
Marshall. Did he retire or something?
I hope the 2 of you choke on a fucking chicken roll at fucking Costco's.
No chicken rolls, bro. Hot dogs. Always the hot dogs.
Yeah, his fucking fat kid looks like he needs another hot dog.
Very nice.
I hope the fucking Rizzler falls off a fucking swing and breaks his neck. Hey, like those apples.
There's no neck to break, brother. So
Stupid
how about
shit.
your luck?
Sorry about your damn luck. The amount of fucking time and effort fucking Tony Khan and AEW put in to this fucking 0-hour match. Like, anyone that tunes in is going to fucking buy this pay-per-view because the fucking Costco guy is in a fucking match and we got to pick this fucking match.
They don't even advertise it. And the Costco guy was on fucking the Tonight Show talking about this shit, and nobody fucking promoted it. This cocksucker's doing more to promote AEW than Tony Khan's doing.
Nobody gives a shit about the fucking Costco guy.
Costco guy gives a shit more about AEW than fucking anybody else on that show.
Yeah, because
pretty
all
big.
those fucking failed social media experiments, this one took off. So now he can suck this tit dry.
Isn't everybody in AEW doing that, sir?
I don't know. I would like to suck a tit dry.
Hey, man, Tony Khan, I'll fucking send you a resume, brother. I'll come down to wherever the fuck your home base is, Florida. I'll work at Daly's place. Sign me the fuck up.
Do it.
I'll take all you guys with me. Who wants to work for Tony Khan? Raise your hands. Right here. Right here. Look at
There's
that.
a
5
price.
of us.
There's a
All right,
price, yeah.
6. We got a full house of wizards and apron bumpers.
Baby wants some titty.
Eh.
There it is.
Well, Kyle, this is always a pleasure when you come on and we talk wrestling with you.
Appreciate you having me. Always a good time. Always appreciate the invite and sucking all your tits dry.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
ready to pick up that phone when you're ready for another Shining Wizards Mad appearance.
Yeah. Let me check my schedule.